So I just got back from running errands, and while on the bike on my way back, I had an epiphany about my healing journey, and it's like a vulnerable moment I had with myself. And I think I'm doing this more as a documentative thing than anything else because I like to look back on my healing journey and see how far I've come basically. Now I realized that because I'm someone that always tells the truth, and growing up, I was always accused of lying even when I wasn't. And one of the things that could quickly bring me to tears, even while I was young, is you calling me a liar. I would literally be crying because I know I don't lie and I'm always telling the truth. And somehow, especially in a situation where someone reports me to a teacher or an elderly person and they believe the lie that the person is telling while the person is actually calling me the liar, and even as an adult, it has transpired in not just my personal life, but even work life, where I'm a very honest and straightforward person. But people always try to make it seem like I'm making shit up. And I just realized on my way back that the reason why I always try so hard, even though I am healing, I've healed past some things, I still try so hard to prove my honesty, my truth, being who I am or saying what I say is what it is. It's because of that side of me, that inner child that was hurt, who was always saying the truth but was always called a liar. Who was always made to defend herself. And even as an adult, it's even worse because I've seen it happen to me work wise. I'll be in a workplace, I'm giving my 1005% basically, but then I'm telling them this is the truth, this is how it's meant to be. They don't believe me. Then things go bad, I walk away because one thing you're not going to do is try to make me overprove myself, and then they later come back and go like, oh, you were saying the truth. Like, why make me go through all of that? Why make me stress myself when I've told you exactly what it is? Why don't you believe me? I know that, yes, because a lot of people lie, they just believe every other person to lies. And it's hard for you to find honest people and what have you. And that thought, that mentality is why I always keep trying to prove that I'm a honest person and whatnot. But what I realized on my way is that I've stopped doing that. I say what it is. If you don't believe it, that's on you. Because I don't have, like, literally, I have no reason to prove to you that I'm a honest person. You either feel it or you don't. Because I read energy. Even when you're saying shit out your mouth, I'm reading your energy and I can tell if you're being honest or if you're being shady. And it's not as if, it's not something we all don't possess. We do all possess it, but we all ignore our intuition because we just want to be comfortable in that lie that the person is giving us. Or even when we know the truth, we just are not willing to face it because it means that we have to make certain decisions in our lives that may not favor us, in that moment, or in the long run, it will. And that's one thing I realized. I'm like, I'm glad I started to do this healing inner work journey, the shadow work and all of that, because so many sides of me that used to hold me back, the people pleaser side of me, that bitch is dead and gone, y'all. This is why I always encourage you guys to heal. Trust me, do some inner work, do some healing. Actually face those demons or those parts of you that are hurt, your childhood, inner wounds, inner traumas. It would help you in the long run. The life that you desire, you will start to live it. The person you've always seen yourself as, you will start to be that person. You just have to deal with those uncomfortable parts of yourself that, are holding you back. Anyways, TGIF, have a lovely weekend.